Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Yesterday, I made a video on an article reporting that NATO conducts one of its biggest drills, I think it was, this year in Kosovo, in the independent sovereign country of Kosovo. And if you look over the map, that is next to the independent, still sovereign country of Serbia. And in the area there's Bosnia, Herzegovina, all these other countries that used to be part of, obviously there's Croatia and so on, Slovenia, these countries that were part of Yugoslavia at one point, Montenegro and so on. So what happened here? We have one Serb from Bosnia. I think it's called Serbian Bosniak. Is that how it's called? Bosnian Serb. That's how we call it. Bosnian Serb. I think his name is Dodik or Dudic. I'm not sure. I think Dodik. I will call it both ways, just so you know who I'm talking about. And this gentleman was very friendly to Putin, and he's visiting Vladimir Putin right now. So these guys are conducting their drills in Kosovo. And this Bosnian Serb leader, he is visiting Putin. Now, let's see what can we get out of all this. So I'm going to use first this article from Arabia, and the other one will be from Sputnik. So let's see, start with Arabia. Is the same picture, obviously, right here. So Putin comes close to this guy, but doesn't come close to others. So Russia's Putin meets US-sanctioned Bosnian Serb leader Dodik in Moscow. I don't know how he got there, to be honest with you, but Russian President Vladimir Putin on Tuesday met in Moscow with Serb member of the presidency of Bosnia and Herzegovina, Milorad Dodik. The Bosnian Serb political leader, known for his staunchly pro-Russian stance, has been under US financial and travel sanctions since January, after the Biden administration accused him of corrupt activities that threatened to destabilize the region. Now remember, United States is just one country out of the 193 on this planet. Just one country. Should have the same importance as, let's say, Bosnia and Herzegovina. All right? So this one country imposed financial and travel sanctions to this guy. That means you can't travel to the United States of America. That's what this would mean. Because you say US cannot impose travel sanctions to Dodik, let's say to France. Or can US do that? Unless France is a vassal state, which we know France, the strong France, is not. So they mentioned this just to mention it. Now let's move on. Dodik had called accusations he corruptly amassed vast wealth for himself, his relatives and associates monstrous lies. So there were accusations. Well, a lot of people accuse other people of things until it's proven in the court of law means shit. Media in Bosnia say Dodik is among politicians in more than 24 countries who since 2014 were paid by Russia in exchange for exerting pro-Kremlin influence. Well, that's called campaign donations in the United States of America. According to a newly declassified review by US intelligence agencies, Russia has spent at least $300 million to sway both politics and policy in those states. All right, well, I'm pretty sure it's just the Russians doing that. So this was a hit piece on both of them. You can understand that. And this is how we are supposed to look at the issue. Anything else that's outside of this dogma, scenario, this script, you will be called this and you will be called that. You will be personally attacked as stupid or Putin propagandist or something like that. Why? Because this is the only information that exists. There's no other alternative to this. Why? Because, I don't know. So let's go to the second article here. Coming from Sputnik, Putin meets with Republika Srpska Leader Dodik, right here. President of Republika Srpska Milorad Dodik arrived in Moscow on May 23rd to meet with Russian president. He is Russian. Sputnik is live as Russia blah blah blah. The leaders are expected to discuss a wide range of topics, including regional and global issues. Dodik took office as president of Republika Srpska in November last year. His last meeting with Putin took place in the Kremlin in September 2022. So, friendship is friendship. What can you do? Now, the Russians did not say anything fantastic about Dodik. The Russians, Sputnik, did not say that he's a fantastic guy, that he is this and that, and neither said, hey, he's a corrupt guy like no one else. Did I use the right terminology here? Yes. But they said, well, this guy came over there, he is the whatever he is over there in Republika Srpska, he came in 2022, and that's it. They didn't say, well, Russia is not isolated, that's evidence that, you know, these guys are... No. Now, by reading this too, which one would you say, well, it's kind of like balanced? You can say, well, wait a second, the Al Arabiya, they tell the truth, and Russians did not tell you the truth. Well, don't you think that they didn't tell you the truth? It might have told you part of the allegations and accusations. Isn't that what it was? And alleged and declassified alleged leak and all that. Is that what it was? So accusations, a lot of people can accuse us of many things. The point is you have to prove the accusation is accurate. And you don't prove it only like this. You go in a court of law, and therefore you're going to indict the person, you're going to charge, you're going to convict, and that person will going to be facing, consequences. Until then, they can say how much they want. Wagner Group is accused of this. Russians are accused of this. Putin is accused of this. Zelensky is accused of nothing but love. Biden is a genius, and so on. Anyone can say this kind of things. So anyway, I wonder how Dodik got to Russia though, and let me look over a map, because I don't know how he was allowed to fly there. Because Lavrov was supposed to attend a meeting in Belgrade in Serbia last year, and the weasel countries around Serbia did not open their, did not allow, the plane to go through their air territory, whatever you call it, I can't remember the word. So, what about Dodik? Let's see how Dodik did it, okay? So, this is Bosnia-Herzegovina, this is Serbia, this is Kosovo, Montenegro. There's a little piece over there, you see that little piece over there? Right there, the Adriatic Sea is right here. So they can fly technically over that and go around and get the hell out of there. So that's in Europe right here, but I'm going to give you a different map because I didn't like that one, just so you know, right here. So this is Bosnia-Herzegovina. They got a little thing over there over Adriatic Sea, and then once you get over there, you can fly around and go to Moscow. Because these guys around, they did not open their air, territory. So they could not go over. So it's interesting here that I think this, somehow this is one piece. And this is Bulgaria. Interesting. Anyway, so now we know he could have gone. On the other hand, he represented probably the Bosnia and Herzegovina. He probably flew with an official airplane, and maybe the other ones did not want to have a problem with Bosnia and Herzegovina. I'm talking about their neighbors. But they have that little piece that allows them to get out. Serbia does not have that. So, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. I think the Russians are just getting ready for something, as the Americans are getting ready in Kosovo. I'm waiting for that. This year, I'm waiting.